ladies and gentlemen, peace and love. Welcome to the Peace in the Morning Show. This is Darius A. Stanton live right here with you at www.elifemedia.net, and it is an early morning. I know y'all, some of y'all laying in bed, chilling, And y'all heard that? Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. In the studio with us this morning, we have none other than my good brother, Delegate Darrell Barnes. What's up, Debo?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
No doubt about it. And also in the studio, ladies and gentlemen, for the very first time, you all get a chance to meet the incomparable, one of the hardest working women in Maryland, won tons of awards. You'll hear about them very shortly. And her dynamite, out of sight, dynamic young brother, entrepreneur himself, John.
How you doing?
And Miss Connie Gorham. Welcome to the Peace in the Morning Show.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
We're excited about having you here. So, it's Monday morning. A lot of people are off.
Yes.
Celebrating Labor Day. You see I got my hat on, so I'm in the studio. I'm going to take that off. That was for the effect. All right. And I got on white, to celebrate the last day that people can wear white.
Yes.
That's what they say. But, who dictates what you can wear?
Exactly.
And you all are fashionistas in yourselves. Y'all bring it all the time. As a matter of fact, John, your business is around fashion, right?
Yeah, most of it.
Most of it?
Majority, yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about your business and the family. So today, on our Labor Day special, we really want to emphasize, first and foremost, people celebrate holidays, but do we really know why we're celebrating?
True.
Do you really know why you're celebrating? And, we have a special gift for somebody that can call us at 240-455-5934. That's 240-455-5934. If you are able to tell us why we're celebrating Labor Day, because people party, they cook out, they do all kinds of things. But we have a very, very, I want to make this asset-based, because remember here on the Peace in the Morning Show, we communicate things from an asset-based perspective. So basically, if I were to say people often celebrate holidays, but don't know the reason why they celebrate, don't have a clue to who St. Valentine was. If people really knew who Valentine was and what Valentine's Day really came from, the root of it, they probably wouldn't celebrate it. Now, some people would, because some people just like to go along to get along.
Right.
That's what everybody else is doing. We've been doing it for 20 years. So we've been doing it for 20 years, although it's been something that started as a result of somebody killing somebody, a massacre, right, which is what really Valentine's Day came from. So truth be told. But we celebrate it because that's what everybody else does. So, Labor Day we celebrate it, but do we really know why? Give us a call. We got a special gift for you if you call us at 240-455-5934 and tell us the true meaning of Labor Day. So, good news. We got some positive news for us this morning. Out in Santa Cruz. Now, we always talk about this, Delegate Barnes, in terms of people voting with their pocket, their wallet, and their pocketbook. Okay?
Right.
And so out in Santa Cruz, a restaurant closes after the owner support for KKK is revealed. Shut down. Some employees and patrons boycotted the restaurant. It was a Chinese restaurant. And when they found out that they actually contribute, the owner actually gave David Dukes last year when he ran for office $500. Public record, you can see who people donate to, who donates to what campaign.
That's right.
And so as a result of that, David Duke, known leader of the Ku Klux, former leader of the Ku Klux Klan, was running for U.S. Senate in Louisiana and lost. However, he's a known, and the Ku Klux Klan is a terrorist organization, point blank. People talk about foreign terrorists. They are a national, homeland terrorist organization. Domestic terrorists.
Domestic terrorists
is the appropriate term. And now this restaurant is basically out of business. Now, I want us to also make this clear. Think about something that you see in every neighborhood. No matter where you go in America, you can find what? What kind of restaurant can you find in almost every neighborhood? Chinese. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Now, if you can find a Chinese restaurant in almost every neighborhood, then they should be, those Chinese restaurants should be contributing to their community. You agree?
I agree.
And here on the Peace in the Morning Show, we believe if you either contributed to the community, we want to support you, we want to push your business, we want to promote your business, which is why we had the folks at the table this morning. But if you're not, And in this case, where you're counterproductive, the very people that you're serving, you are giving people money who have terrorized, who have killed, who have hung people, you name it. Still today in 2017, we're not talking about in the 60s, we're talking about 2017 in Charlottesville, Virginia. Someone just got killed as a result of that. So Delegate Barnes, what do you think about the community taking a stand against this restaurant out in Omei, O-M-E-I, Chinese cuisine in Santa Cruz being shut down?
You know, I have mixed feelings on that. One, I think, you know, it is very important that we take a stand, that we protest against injustice. I'm with that every day of the week. I truly believe that, you know, the community has spoken and rallied behind the fact, but to me, it still just goes deeper than saying we're going to shut down this one business owner.
Right.
You know, so now to me, I think we've compounded the problem by we've shut down this business owner. Now this business owner can't provide for his family.
Right.
So now it becomes a spiraling effect, but then we actually get to the root cause of the problem. You know, so I just think, you know, we have to look a little bit deeper sometime. And it's good to see that, you know, we're outside walking up and down the street and we're protesting, you know, shut them down, shut them down, shut them down. Now that we've actually shut the guy down, he's out of business. Now what?
Right.
You know, and maybe the story doesn't tell us the now what, but that is the most interesting part for me is the now what. You know, did this guy learn his lesson? Did he, what happened to him? But then most importantly, you know, it's always a trickle effect because this guy has been affected. His family has been affected.
Exactly.
And I don't know if he has children or not, but his children has been affected. Right? So I just think, you know, as we go through these motions of feelings, I just think that we always should look at the holistic approach of what we're doing and why.
Yeah.
Is always the question for me, is the why. You know, do I think, you know, some type of retribution should have happened to him? Absolutely. You know, because I think, you know, him knowing who David Duke is, and he has to know, everybody in America knows. My kids are 10 and 11, and they know.
Well, if he donated $500 to his campaign, you're right. he got to know something.
Absolutely.
Right.
So I think something should have happened. Absolutely. My thing is just the what happens after that.
Well, he shut his own. Let me read from Mr. Grigsby. After 38 years in business, Omei on a Mission Street is closed. And there's a sign in the window telling people Omei has come under attack, slanderous and malicious intent, internet rumors concerning their business. Its owner and its staff has been forced to close. And Grigsby saying in part that we are just a token in a much larger process of terrorizing white European Americans into silence in what has come to be known as the War on Whites. My campaign contribution was to one of the men supporting European American civil rights. So, you know, the bottom, you know, I hear what you're saying about, you know, not necessarily knowing. But when you make a decision and you're in business and you have a family, you make a decision for your family. You made a decision to support someone who is terrorizing America. Now, if somebody gave Saddam Hussein the way we pushed Saddam Hussein or anybody that America and the mass media has criminalized, has dehumanized, if we gave $500 to them, right away people would say you supporting terrorism. Right. Matter of fact, in America, when you support terrorists, when you support overseas terrorists, people who are put on the United Nations list, they shut your business down. They don't ask you. You don't have a chance to voluntarily remove. You know, they shut you down if you support whoever the State Department has put on this black list. Let me take black off of it. This list of terrorist organizations. When they find out that your money is tied to that some kind of way, when they reroute those banking numbers, that's why when you try to send money overseas, they want to know where you sending it from. If you definitely send it from a bank, they got a whole list of questions for you, and your money may not go through, and you may not get it back. So. For us to like just, when you make that decision, you make that decision. And in my opinion, I don't know how else. And I got to get this research because I don't have it, and I apologize, but I will work to get it. That shows how actually beneficial or effective have financial boycotts been in changing movements and policy in America.
Yeah, I would love to see that as well.
The greatest example is, of course, in the civil rights era, the movement of protest, was what, and then when they boycotted and stopped riding the bus, when they started walking to work all over town, they weren't paying attention when people were coming up missing. They weren't paying attention when people were getting shot. They weren't paying attention when dogs were biting people for protesting. But they paid attention when they stopped catching that bus and the money started dropping in the coffers. You see, the governor sent some, the governor was with it. The president sent the troops in. Okay, and when we come back, we're going to talk about how Labor Day got started and what that was all about, and we can see the power of movements. When we come back with the Peace in the Morning show here, straighten that up for me, 240-455-5934. That's 240-455-5934. In with the phenomenal Gorham family, hard-working Family Matters, doing business right here. Rolling Grounds, you got something for us, baby? Kick it! What's up, Facebook Live? Who worked with us today, baby?
I see Phyllis just came on this morning. Good morning, Phyllis.
No doubt.
Lenny Knight, I see you still on, baby.
What's up,
Good morning.
Lenny be working out too. Come on, Lenny.
Yeah.
You coming in. I got a freestyle for you for Lenny on the mic. Lenny got the Bitcoin, what you like. Anybody know about Bitcoin? I would love to before we go, let me talk to you about the money, yo. That new form of currency is called Bitcoin. Do you want to join? I'm telling you, you better find out. You better learn what's going on about when it comes to money and international trade. Connie Gorham, that's where you're about to fade on the international scene. You're about to make a splash. No doubt. We're going to dash as we come back with Peace and Morning show. Say what?
Good morning, Tina Brown.
Ow. Good morning, Tina Brown.
Jonathan Pope, good morning, brother.
Good brother Pope, working on taking the show to a podcast system. If you don't know what you know, podcast is coming, live stream is coming behind, and that's how we're doing on the Peace and Morning show. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Don't we look fine? Ow. This morning. Yeah.
I bet you Young John can tell us why we celebrate. I want to hear his perspective.
We're gonna go back to have another one for Ann Street and Elwood Party to the beat. We love the brothers for coming. Let us see it every week. Yesterday, thank you so much, Ann Street, and we love the party.
Good morning, Warren. Good morning to you.
Metro Club. As a matter of fact, wherever we go,
Fatima, good morning.
We get the word that they be up in here dancing on the floor. Now, we want y'all to stop bringing some of Ann Street honeys with you. Yeah, we want you to stop bringing them with you so we can party.
Good morning, Cheryl.
Yeah, huh? Make it a real house party, you know what I'm saying? Might turn into a pajama party, you know what I'm saying, fellas? Yeah, might turn into a pajama party. We never know. All we need is some honey. All right, let's get busy with it now. All right.
Here we go.
Oh, get with it, get busy.
Show. This is Darius A. Stanton here.
Don't touch that stereo.
Don't do it to me. Good God Almighty, boy. Don't make me throw everything. I'm ready to drop it off. Chuck the coat, button. Come on, look, we ready. That's my jam. I apologize. Look, y'all. Hey, look. You know, when you hit that, don't touch that stereo. Y'all don't know. That's, oh, man. Hey, John, you know anything about that? Well, guess what? You got school?
I got a school.
Well, don't worry about it, John, because we're going to school you today, brother. But, you know, John, just so everybody knows, we're talking about Labor Day, the history of Labor Day. Delegate Barnes and I were just talking about, you know, there's a restaurant, part of the Positive News, and we called it Positive because we want people to know it is no longer going to be acceptable to do the unacceptable. You can no longer support financially. People bring their money. People work hard. People work hard, and they decide and choose to give you their money as a customer. And then you turn around, the money that we give you, and you give that to somebody who is terrorizing people it doesn't matter the color. If you terrorize another person, it's unacceptable. So we keep on accepting it. And one of the things I hear people often say is, well, things aren't going to change the NFL boycott. People who are boycotting the NFL. I haven't seen the NFL except for clips all summer. Preseason, I don't know. Oh, we got a call online? Okay. Somebody's calling maybe with some news and information on what the real purpose of Labor Day is. And if you do, we have 2 tickets for you to attend the brunch, the improvement tour. Give me a call. What's up? Talk to me. Peace of the Morning Show. Who's on the line?
Bryce Bevel.
Bryce Bevel.
Yes, sir.
Man. Director of football from Howard University. Good morning to you, brother. Welcome to the Peace in the Morning Show.
Good morning. How's my big buddy Roland Grimes doing?
Man, Roland Grimes doing wonderful over here on the 1 and 2s. Where'd you grow up, Mr. Bevel?
I grew up in Glen Arden, Maryland.
So you know all about don't touch that stereo.
Oh, without a doubt. That's the first thing my brother used to listen to that all the time.
No doubt. Well, listen, man, it's an honor to have you call in. Really appreciate you chiming in. We have to break this, ladies and gentlemen. We have a special interruption into this program to let you know about the huge upset in football history for the Howard University Bison. The Howard University Bison just knocked off another Division I powerhouse. Or I should say, were they ranked? Was UNLV ranked?
No, they were not. They weren't ranked. They were FBS opponent who was a 45-point favorite.
Okay, 45-point favorite. And so tell us, first of all, congratulations to your team, your coach, your entire department, and the whole Howard University family. HU. That's right. But tell us about it, man. Y'all knocked off University of Las Vegas, Nevada, Las Vegas. Big, tell us what that meant for your program and just the game itself. Scored a whole 9 yards.
Well, it first starts off with Mike London. I mean, the way he came in and just established his coaching staff, offensive coordinator Brendan Murray and defensive coordinator Vincent Brown, and then just the whole coaching staff and the effort that they put in from the moment we got there. And just the teaching and the technique and the scheme, just to get everyone on the same page. So you have to do kudos to Mike London. Our motto at school is go to class, show class, treat people with dignity and respect. And that's literally what the basis and foundations of Mike London's program is. So getting out there, Kerry Davis, Shelly Davis, President Frederick, man, I mean, it was a first-class operation, man. We went out there and stayed at the Mandalay Bay, which is one of the top hotels out there. So the guys got a chance to experience something of a first-class organization, charter flight out, get out there Thursday, get a chance to get acclimated to the time, and just the meetings and being really diligent about getting these young men just ready and prepared. So being able to do that, I mean, then you have our strength coach, Kendrick O'Mary, who did an excellent job when he came in to get those guys prepared to play in the heat. And again, you think about Mike London and how he thinks of things in forethought. So we're practicing in the middle of the day during summertime, during the heat. We find out that UNLV don't deal with the heat. They practice in the morning. So right there, that's advantage Howard, because we practice in the heat. Our humidity is much different. Our heat is much different from their heat. They have dry heat. We have humidity with our heat. So our guys were able to stay in shape and really come out on all fronts. And then you just can't, speak about the way Kalen Newton played. He made some tremendous plays. I mean, it was a very team effort. You have probably the best running back in the league, Anthony Fielder, who played very well. Transfer graduate from Wake Forest came in. Des Wortham did very well, and our defense, led by Devin Rollins, did very, very well, man. I mean, we had, they come out and stop those guys in the red zone 3 times and only come away with 3 points, and being able to keep us in the game and getting turnovers at opportune times.
Hey, how special do you think your quarterback is going to be? I mean, I'm looking at the write-up and seeing him, and then looking at the bloodline coming from Cam. How special do you think he's going to be?
Well, Cam got all the size. Kalen is probably about 5'10". But you're talking about someone who's athletic. I know we all familiar with early PlayStation and Sega Genesis. I mean, this young man really he hit the circle button, he hit the triangle button, he hit the juke stick. I mean, this young man was very dynamic, and more importantly, he was very composed throughout the entire game. I mean, at one point we went down in the second half, we were down 33-21.
Wow.
And to be able to come down and get a drive going and punch it in to cut the lead, and then to come back and get a turnover by the defense and then go right back down and score to take the lead. I mean, you know, someone that young, being a freshman and being that composed, again, it comes from, you know, his dad, his brother, and how he was raised.
Yeah, I think it was real special. I know everybody in the DMV and those that attended Howard and those that did not attend Howard are real excited about what just happened. I think, you know, as a sports guy and a person from the metropolitan area, I think it just does the city good when we have those types of wins and opportunities. And I congratulate you guys. So what's next for you guys?
You got to put this one to bed. We're on the road this Friday heading to Kent State to play them at 3 o'clock on Saturday. So it's on to the next. It's building a foundation. So we just laid one brick down. It's time to lay another one.
Well, we really appreciate you giving us a call, Coach. You know, really appreciate this, you know, what you all have done. Congratulations again to your entire team, Coach London, and the work that you all are doing over there at Howard University. Really excited about the fact that, you know, the program. I got a chance to meet Coach London when he was on the Rolling Bubba Grimes show live a few months ago, and I could tell in meeting him that he had something special, because he promotes something that we promote here on the Peace in the Morning show, and that's education being a new sport. You know, as great as they were on the field, he's preparing them to be even greater off the field. And I think that's the real significance to, you know, what people should recognize. Howard has a great name already, but I'm looking forward to seeing the continued success of the football team and those young men off the field. And thank you for the work that you're doing over there with those young men and ladies at Howard University.
Oh, thank you guys for having me on. Big Rolling Grimes, Big Bubba Grimes, I love you, man. Talk to you soon.
All right now.
Awesome. So, you know, kudos to the Howard University Bison for that big win out in UNLV. And also, the University of Maryland came up with a big upset. And actually, they beat the number 23 ranked Texans. You catch any of that?
I didn't catch any of it, but, you know, this was a good weekend for the DMV.
It was a very good weekend for the DMV.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
And it's still rolling.
And they're still rolling.
Because we got the Gorham family here on the Peace in the Morning show.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, we rolling right along. Maryland, just to close that out, Maryland, for any Terp fans in the house, Maryland knocked off Texas, ranked number 23, and they were leading the majority of the game, as a matter of fact. I don't know if they ever trailed in the game, and they ended up scoring 51 points, you know, in Texas, which is not an easy task, but they have put people on notice that they're in the Big Ten and they're going to be playing. Now, speaking of sports and business, the Labor Day, since nobody called, let me just give it to you real quick and let you know the history on Labor Day. So Labor Day really came as a result of a bloody clash. It was a time in history where, you know, people decided they were going to strike. And they striked, you know, from the working conditions and the things that were going on in Chicago. It spiraled out of control. They went back and forth. The state, the governor, wanted to know, what they were going to do. President Grover Cleveland was the president at the time. And, basically as a result of them clashing and saying that they no longer wanted to, it's called the Pullman Strike, is actually what it was, the Pullman Strike and the crisis of the 1890s. And basically what happened was the executives were living in mansions. The next level staff or folks that were living in, maybe you call them mini mansions today. The regular managers or supervisors, they were living in, what would be considered traditional middle income homes. And then the people who worked there basically lived in what you would consider dormitories. Well, when the company started to have financial challenges, they started to cut back on all of, they cut wages, first of all. But what they didn't cut was the rent that they were charging the people to live in the dormitories. So you're going to cut our wages, but you're not going to cut back or even hold off on the payments when you know that people can't afford to pay that as a result of the fact that it was cut. So guess what people did? They striked. And not only did they strike there, they striked all over the country. And so as a result of that, it became, it started to bring the country to its knees. And they went in and 30 people lost their lives that day, because the armed forces, the federal government sent in troops to break up the strike. And the president at that time, President Cleveland, decided to establish a holiday. And so now the conditions in terms of labor, they talk about other countries that have very poor labor conditions, that work in sweatshops and things of that nature. Well, in this particular instance, the American people decided, again, protest. Colin Kaepernick decided to stand up, take a stand against an injustice. And the injustice was making people pay the same amount of rent and work, but expecting them to work for the same hours. You cutting, but you're not willing to cut and give us a break. And so as a result of that, the people came in and they decided to strike. So, John, you're a business owner. Mm-hmm. Tell us about your business.
It's basically called Exclusive Kicks, and it started when I was young, probably about 10, and I just needed some money. So when I enjoyed shoes, so I would invest my money in shoes, and later on the value will rise, and I would just resell them. So I would just make my money from doing that.
So tell us the name of your business.
Exclusive Kicks.
Exclusive Kicks, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. EK, Exclusive Kicks. A little volume on Mike. So John, your business, you sell used shoes or how do you
in terms of like sneaker slang, is dead stock.
Dead stock.
Like brand new sneakers that you can close to, like streetwear, like Supreme, Bape, all that other stuff.
Okay. So you sell retail. So you sell clothes, you do shoes,
accessories. I mean, I do like electronics too, but it just depends on like if I don't use it anymore or just whatever I can find, I can just resell it. I mean, find money, ways to make money.
Excellent.
So what's your top seller right now?
Adidas, Kanye West, Yeezys. Those like right now I have like 2 pair. Like, and I keep stock too. So like when the price, because prices fluctuate, so it depends if it's high or not. Then I'll sell it then, or if not, I'll just.
So you're reselling other brands.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you have your own brand of either shoes or clothes?
No, I don't. Well, I have T-shirts, but that's just like a sample.
Okay.
Pretty much something I'm trying.
Uh-huh.
But as far as like making my own stuff.
Step back
not
so the folks and people can see your T-shirt. Open your this way. No, look right here.
Right.
There you go. All you gotta do. There you go. Exclusive Kicks. Give us your full name, John.
Jonathan Gorham.
Jonathan Gorham.
So Jonathan, let me just. So you're promoting your own business, right? Mm-hmm. And you're coming on to a radio show,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. So, and you want to get your message out there. One of the things that I would suggest is that you would have came and said, here's a T-shirt for you, Darius, because I want you to wear this T-shirt so every time that you're out, people seeing your name, right?
True, yes.
Absolutely. So you have to take advantage of the opportunities that are coming before you that say, Darius Stanton is a guy who's always out, who's always promoting health, who's always promoting this and that. So why not say, let me bring him a T-shirt so he can wear and promote me while he's out there running around and exercising and doing all the things he's doing.
Gotcha.
Right? So always when you're going on somewhere or always be prepared to promote your brand.
Gotcha.
Right? I can't stress that enough. As a young entrepreneur, you need every avenue and every venue to promote your brand, to tell your story. And now he's giving you an opportunity to promote yourself. So the thousands of people that are watching right now, what do they need to know about John?
I'm a businessman and, do good for the community and pretty much it. Good in school, just trying to do right and not be like the average person, average young black man in the community. Pretty much it.
Interesting, John. So, well, first of all, congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
And this is an asset-based show, so I appreciate. And Delegate Barnes is one of the sharpest marketing minds that I know. He's all about building the brand and done an excellent job in doing it. But one of the things that he also does is he shows up, and he's all about making sure not just talking about it, but when the time comes, he shows up and he's first one there and then go be the last one to leave unless he's got something else to go do some more work somewhere else. And so you mentioned being in the community. There's two things you said that really caught me. The fact that you have your own business and that you're in school. And then you also mentioned that, you wanted to just be, set yourself apart and be different from the average, what the average African-American male is like. And so in your eyes, what do you see the average African-American male doing?
Well, I'm not saying it's wrong if that's what you love to do, but like play sports or music. I feel like most kids think that's like the only way out. But I mean, we got a lot of young black men who own businesses and there's different opportunities. And like I have my own YouTube channel, so I'm doing that. Things that you enjoy. And growing up, I always play a lot of sports, but when I was younger, I saw that as like being the only thing I would do. But as I got older, I found different interests, and there was other ways. I mean, you can make money and still like have fun.
So, John, let me ask you a question because I think you're hitting on something. So you have your own business, right? Now, have you engaged your friends to be a part of your business?
Oh yeah, for sure. So like certain like companies, they don't allow you to buy multiple items of the same thing because it's so hyped. So I have multiple friends. I would use their address to ship my things to. And I would pay them a couple dollars for like letting me use their address. So and then if I need if I'm camping out waiting in line for something, I would pay them to go wait in line with me or do it for me or something.
Now, do all your friends have your T-shirt?
Yes.
Good.
Right on, brother. See, you already doing what LeBron James doing.
Absolutely.
LeBron James brought his whole crew.
And to me, that's where I was going. I think it's important at your age, and that is to engage your friends to be a part of your vision.
Very important.
Right? It's very important because, see, you're setting the tone and you're saying that I am a leader, right? First and foremost, that you're a leader, and you're telling your friends, hey, guys, here's another avenue. Instead of playing sports, to your point, instead of playing YouTube, Xbox and all this other stuff, let's put our minds together and come up with some other creative things to do to help our community, right? And I applaud you for that because I think it's critically important that it starts from within, which means to me, your mother has given you a great foundation,
Yes.
which Darius always promotes on this show, that it starts from home first. So you've given him the foundation and the wherewithal to say, hey, son, look at what mommy's doing in her business. And you're watching mommy work hard, make her phone calls, do business deals, and yada, yada, yada. So you're taking that and saying, you know what? I can do it better.
Yes.
Right? I can be creative. I can employ my friends. I got some other avenues. I got some outreaches and things that I can do to take what I'm trying to do to a whole nother level. Right? So I think it's real important that you do that. I commend you for what you're doing. And I think, continue to learn from your mom, your dad, other black, strong, positive role models that you have in your life. Because I think it's important that you set the example, right? Because believe it or not, your friends are watching you.
Yes.
They're watching how you act, how you talk, what you're doing. All of those things I think are really important. So, I'm going to tell them to take some pictures of you while you're in here in the studio, because I want your friends to see that, hey, John, it's Labor Day, but John is out working.
That's right.
Absolutely. John is out here making a difference. He's telling his story. He's on the radio, because there's 4,000 people listen to us every day. 4,000. So that's 4,000 that now know the name of you. So I think it's important of what you're doing and telling your story, right? So keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Man, John, you said a mouthful, brother. I mean, the fact that, we're going to take this break. When we come back, I want you to make sure you all need to, if you got us on Facebook, share this show, okay? Share this show. You need to hear from a young brother who says, I want to be unlike the average young man in high school who wants to play football, basketball, rap, sing. There's nothing wrong with that. He's not dissing anybody for doing that. But he wants to be in business. And he doesn't want to be. He's in business. He's not only in business, but he has his friends, as Delegate Barnes say, working his business too.
Absolutely.
So they're creating a peer circle right now where they're focusing. Guess what? On Monday morning when it's the holiday before school, he's not laying in bed chilling. He out promoting his business.
He
Y'all
working.
better get with the piece.
He getting it in.
He getting it in.
Come on, man.
Hey, look, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Anybody ever watched the movie? I'm gonna do it, and God, please forgive me. Boomerang. And in Boomerang, there's a sister, Eartha Kitt. Let's give her props. Y'all don't know what Eartha Kitt went through, but she was a powerful sister. She took a stand and paid for it in that industry. But one of the things that she said to Eddie Murphy was, you shouldn't have to toot your own horn. But I'm going to toot my own horn this morning. I don't want to be host of the year. I don't want to be broadcast of the year. I want to be executive producer of the year. Because if I was able to see a giant like you, brother, and bring you on a Piece of the Morning show, God bless me with some genius to help promote other people. And I thank God for that. So let's give it up for this brother right here.
Thank you.
Man. So when we come back, we're going to get more from Lady Gorham. Here on the Piece of the Morning show. Check us out. Hey, share this show right now. If you're on Facebook Live, check us out. Rolling Bubba Grimes will take us to the top as we get funky on the Piece in the Morning show. Kick it.
Don't touch that stereo.